everybody should be able to see the screen. And if we have any troubles whatsoever, don't worry, we'll make it. I just know we'll make it. I can't say how, but I know that we'll make it. All right. So just a couple of things. Conference call etiquette, of course, has never been more important than when we're all on video. And of course, a couple of you are not on video. That's cool. But make sure that you definitely don't use the bathroom now. Okay. Used to be when we were just calling in, you didn't want to use the bathroom. But if we're on video, you definitely don't want to use the bathroom for sure. And as far as beating the children, yelling at the children, all that stuff still applies. Okay. In fact, it applies more now. Okay. So Zoom, I would venture to say there's a very high likelihood that the reason why there's only 4 of us on the call is because a lot of people ignore the text and email that I sent out. And most of them are probably trying to jump on GoToMeeting. And I'm probably going to get flooded with text messages any moment now, wondering why they can't get into the meeting. But I did send out a text and an email today letting people know that today's call would be on Zoom. From now on, I'm going to try to use Zoom for all of our meetings so that we can record them. The other thing that we're going to be doing, a lot of people have been wondering about networking education. We are setting up Zoom for that. A lot of people have been wondering, what are we going to do with ADT, Advanced Development Teams, or affectionately known as NTI Masterminds? We will be having NTI Masterminds using Zoom. So if everyone on the call, all of our meeting leaders, if you're not familiar with Zoom, it's a super simple platform to get used to. If all you're doing is joining a meeting or joining a webinar, it's very, very easy. Hosting it, I'm finding to be a little more complex than I am, just joining a meeting. But believe me, we're going to make it as super easy as possible. We're going to create some tutorial videos so that our members and our meeting leaders know how to get access to the resources that we're developing, okay? But GoToMeeting is not going to be the platform that we use moving forward. We are going to try to migrate everything that we do to Zoom. Furthermore, let me welcome anyone to the call, whether you're on now live or whether you're listening afterward later on in the evening or through the week. So glad all of our new meeting leaders are joining us. We are super stoked to have you here at Networking Today. Like Brooke Rayburn, ladies and gentlemen, new to Networking Today. Of course, there's only 4 of us on today's call live at the moment. So, Brooke, you represent 25% of us that are new, and I appreciate that. All right, moving right along. Make sure, everybody, especially those of you that are in Knoxville listening or watching today's meeting leader call, please, you need to be using the screen that I'm showing right now. It is on the meeting leader resources, and begin promoting it. Now, many people are wondering, where do I go to register? Don't worry, registration will be out there. I'm buttoning everything up. Supposed to get the contract today from Buddy's Barbecue. And if everything aligns and the stars align in the heavens, then what we'll do is, okay, here I'm getting text messages. Look, we are on Zoom. Sent link this morning. Okay, guys, I'm not going to try to wear you out with this stuff, but I do want these meeting leaders to join us if they can, okay? So bear with me here 1 second. It's a short call today anyway, so don't let this freak anybody out, all right? 1 second. Jacob Swisher. All right. Okay, let's see here. You have to open the meeting room to participants. Oh, okay. So, Brooke, I might need you here. I might not. Okay. It says I got to open up the meeting room to participants. Hold on a second. I got to open this up here a little bit. All right. So, all right, there's Jason. Sorry about that, Jason. All right. Just trying to learn here how to use this system. All right, so Jason should be on with us now here in just a few minutes. Thank you, Brooke. You were a huge help. Thank you. Fantastic. Woo! Big help. Thank you. Pino's joining us. Admit. Okay, so one of the things I got to learn how to do is just to open up the meeting room. Don't know how to do that while we're on the call. I'll try to watch this here as we go through the presentation and get everybody on, okay? Heather is texting me. Okay, I knew. Oh, you're on with Jason. Okay, Heather, great. Good to have you. Okay, moving right along. Let me come back and share my screen. I think y'all can still see it. What I was saying, everybody, is we need to be promoting this. Those of you that have multiple meetings in your area, you should be having a Thanksgiving event. If you're not planning it, you've got 8 weeks to do so. That is still plenty of time to plan this type of event, but I promise you, you will love it, okay? When you all come together for a Thanksgiving event, if you buy into what I'm saying, you should be having a Thanksgiving event. There is a screen image that we created that we put out on the Meeting Leader Resources page. If it is not there for you or you need it edited, tweaked, changed, whatever, let me know and I'm able to help you with that. But I need every single meeting leader in the Knoxville area at least to be making sure that you're promoting this. Now, I want to talk to you guys real quick about the membership changes for 2020. I know I sent out an email. You may have even had some feedback from your members. I know I have had a tremendous amount of feedback, overwhelming amount of feedback, the vast majority of it supportive of the changes that we're making. I will say that I had just one particular member send me an email saying, Rich, that email that you sent out was entirely too long and you sounded like a charity. And I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to sound like a charity. I was just trying to give everybody an explanation for what in the world is going on and why all the changes. And I want to make sure that everyone didn't feel confused about what it was that we were doing. All right. Let me make sure nobody needs to chime in here on the participant list. Okay, we're doing good. Very good. All right. So, but here's what we're going to do. These are the final changes. Monthly is going to go to 30. Annual is going to go to 300. Annual corporate is going to go to 1,000. And charities starting November 1st are going to be 50% off for all membership options effective immediately. Okay. Guys, look, we thought about extending that for a year and all this other stuff, and it just got a little too complex and a little too confusing. We need to simplify it. In addition to that, from all the feedback that I got from meeting leaders and members on the old price change that I was suggesting, you know, even from an accounting perspective, it got too complicated while I was trying to give our existing members a little bit of a discount. For the new members, January 1 going forward, you know, I was reminded that we don't need to compete with BNI. And I'm not trying to rehash this, but I just want to thank all of you meeting leaders. I want to thank all of you meeting leaders who also are working with your members, representing Networking Today. You are the face of Networking Today. You are the defender of Networking Today. You are the voice, the eyes, the ears. You are the hands. You're everything that represents Networking Today in your meeting. You need to be the NTI advocate. If you're not advocating for Networking Today, then I don't know who would be. You know, our members need you to be the leader, to be the guide, to set the tone, to set the expectation, to be the one that says, you know what, here's why we're at Networking Today. And here's why we're sticking together as a team, as a unit, trying to build a global networking organization together that is unlike anything else that is out there. Most things that are out there are BNI knockoffs. I mean, I know there's BNI, great organization, super great organization, would never mean to badmouth my BNI partners and friends. Love in fact, the truth is 30 to 40% of our members, based on what I can tell, belong to BNI. So this is by no means an attempt to bash BNI. Many of our members do lots of networking. I know I encourage it in my meeting, and I'm assuming you encourage it in yours. Here's the thing, guys. We have something very unique, but if the meeting leaders aren't bought into what we're doing here at Networking Today, the members are going to struggle to buy into it as well. I hope that resonates with you. I hope you see what I'm trying to say. I hope and pray that you as meeting leaders, when somebody comes up to complain, oh, that Rich DeForest, you know, that guy, he sent out 100 emails. Okay, let me just say something to you guys. I was at my son's baseball game last night, okay? It's 7:45 p.m. I'm talking to a couple of friends about changes that we're making at Networking Today, right? A mother sitting right in front of me. A mother sitting right in front of me said, "Oh, NTI, ooh, this guy, Rich DeForest," she didn't know who I was. "He's wearing me out with messages. He's always messaging me." And this is a mother sitting right in front of me at my son's ball game. And I'm like, "Well, hi, I'm Rich DeForest." She's like, "Oh," she was like, "Oh, you're Rich DeForest." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, why am I getting all these text messages?" Come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, she was subscribed to multiple different locations Fanzuma accounts. And so if you are a member at, Farragut, you're a member at Chesterfield, you're a member at Lake St. Louis, you're a member at Indianapolis, you're a member at, Bloomington, if you're a member at all these locations, 4 or 5 locations going on up in Cleveland, well, guess what? If you're subscribed to each one, you're going to receive multiple emails. So what you do is you just look at the member and say, "You know what? I'll get that fixed for you. Don't worry about it." That just means you're subscribed to multiple locations at Networking Today. It's very easy for us to fix. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff, baby. Don't worry about it. One person said to me, "Rich, that email was so long and you sounded like a charity." I wasn't trying to sound like a charity. I was just trying to let the member know, all of our members know, where my heart in the issue was. Okay. So look, we're not a charity. We're a for-profit organization delivering a lot of value to a lot of members. And that is what we want to continue to do. But sometimes explanation is needed. And when we roll out one price change and then the very next week, based on feedback, we're changing it again, I didn't want people to not know the why, the what, the idea behind it. And so that's why I sent that lengthy message. And I hope my meeting leaders support me in that and say, "You know what? All Rich was trying to do was be clear and help communicate his heart to all the members." And so help me with that, all right? But these will be our membership options moving forward, effective November 1, 2019. If you have charities that belong to your meeting, congratulations. I'm glad they're there. We're going to remain to be charity focused here at Networking Today. They're still going to get 50% off. That's only $150 a year or $15 a month. That is an absolute no-brainer steal for any charitable organization. And so we want to help, and that's what it's going to be. All right. So I hope you guys are good with that and that everybody's on board with that. All right. Now, I want to say this before I move on with this. I had a member who helps out one of the meetings message me and said, "Rich, we are discussing this in our group, and we need to know an explanation of where all the money goes at Networking Today." And so let me cover this real quick in just a few minutes. It won't take me long, I promise. But I wanted to take a minute to explain this. First of all, about 45% of all of our revenue goes back to meeting leaders. Okay, at BNI, their revenue goes to BNI corporate and to the franchisees. It does not go back to the meeting leaders. First of all, it does not go back to the local community. Membership dues, you could argue, support the local community with room rentals and or food that is catered to the meeting. But dues are not, the local chapter dues, I'm saying, are not membership dues. The membership dues of $4.95 or $6.95 or whatever the BNI prices are, that all goes to the franchisee and or BNI corporate, okay? Nothing stays local. 45% of our money not only goes to meeting leaders, but we also, remember, we're paying people that referred you to NTI. So if you were referred to NTI, someone above you, no, we're not an MLM, don't care. I mean, we could be an MLM, doesn't matter. I love MLMs. It's not that, guys, but we're not an MLM. But the person above you that referred you to us is also getting paid on your meeting. It is not just you. So 45% of every single dollar that comes in here gets paid back out in meeting leader compensation, number one. Number two, look at the current 2020 contest that we have going on. We're going to pay $2,100 in 6 weeks to members just for bringing other members, not to mention the new member incentive program, not to mention the new meeting leader incentive program, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, everything that we do. Then you've got the cost of doing business. Then you've got employees. Our web developers all have to be paid to do the stuff that we want to do on web. The accounting department that has to maintain all of the memberships, refunds, W-9s, 1099s, taxes, blah, blah, blah. All of that comes into play. So Networking Today ends up with about 30%, quote, 30% net revenue. But after all employees are paid, we're actually still operating at a loss. And I want you guys to know we're still not operating, quote, in the black at Networking Today. So I just want you to be able to communicate to your members, where does all the money go at Networking Today? It goes back out in support of the organization. Now, one day, I do hope that we have 1 million chapters with 100 million members, and that Rich DeForest is worth $100 bazillion, and we're going to be giving away like Corvettes and stuff. You know, forget like pink Cadillacs that Mary Kay do. We're going to be rolling out like bright Networking Today green Ferraris or something. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. Okay, the bigger we get, the more we're going to pay out. With more contests, bigger prize monies, everything else for our members, more value, more networking, everything more. And so that is why we need to stick together as a team. And if we don't, and we all bail and say, oh, we got a $5 price increase, and we let people badmouth that, man, we got to change that. And it's up to us as meeting leaders to set that tone. All right, done preaching on that for a second. Just remember these big 3 initiatives that we're working on. We are working on the improved directory. It's going to be, I think it's going to be big. We're still working on it. Hang tight with me. We're still working on it, but I think y'all are going to really like it. Monthly networking education is on its way. We'll use Zoom, and we're going to have monthly networking education opportunities for our members and meeting leaders, and virtual networking. We're working on something bigger than anything I have ever seen in any networking organization on planet Earth, and you all will be a part of it. And the virtual networking, I believe, is going to be a game changer for every single person in business or responsible for generating their own personal revenue. 1099 sales reps, employees that are in sales, people that are responsible, CEOs, etc. Everybody is going to win that needs to grow sales for their business. And what we're about to unveil with virtual networking, you will not, I promise you people, you will not want to miss what Networking Today is about to do when it comes to the virtual networking. Believe me, it's going to be epic. I promise you. All right. I want to remind everybody about the the 2020 Vision contest going on. Don't forget, we are going to be giving away big money. We have to have 150 new members by November the 8th. So get all your members excited. You should be promoting it now. It started yesterday. This should be big. Promote on Facebook. Create your visitor day. Get your visitor day scheduled. We're going to have a visitor day on Halloween. I'm going to be encouraging people to be dressing up, have fun, free breakfast. Come check us out. If you've not seen NTI lately, baby, now is the time to come and check us out. You need to be excited about it. You need to be pumped up about it. And if we hit 150 new members, then over $2,000 is going to be paid out. Actually, we're scheduled right now at $2,100. And somebody said, well, Rich, you're prorating if we only hit 100 members. Guess what? Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. If we go above 150, I'm going to prorate up just like I'm prorating down. So guys, we're going to give even more money away to the top 3 people that bring the most members. We need to communicate this with our members so that they know to go out and invite. Now is the time to do it. It's going to be huge, and it's just going to get better and better and better. All right. Now, I always talk about knowledge is power. Leaders are readers. If you're not one to sit down and read a book, hey, I get that. I use Audible myself. This book, Sell or Be Sold, should be on your #1 library list right here. Grant Cardone, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Grant Cardone is one of the best authors, sales trainers, public speakers that I have ever seen. Motivated, dominant, driven, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the thing, okay? Hold on one second, guys. Got somebody trying to get into the meeting. Okay, I can see right now that, Brooke, you are 100% right. I need an assistant or something on this call for sure. I'll tell you that much right now. Sorry about that, Missy, but hope you're on now. But here's the thing. We've covered a lot in today's meeting, and it's all going to be recorded. And Missy, you know everything that's happening already anyway. Don't worry. You got this, girl. You got it. But here's what I was going to say, everybody. Knowledge is power. Leaders are readers. This book right here can change your business. It can not only change your business, it can change your networking meeting. May I make a suggestion to all of you meeting leaders? You should be suggesting that all of your members become readers as well. All of your members, you should be making book suggestions to them. If you can get your members reading books, listening to books, it can change everything about their business. It is wildly valuable, and I encourage it of every single one of you out there. But this book, Sell or Be Sold, is huge. Very powerful book. With that, our next call is October the 15th. We're going to be rolling out very, very big stuff coming. Stay tuned. Can I please ask, several of you have changed meeting locations. Several of you have changed meeting leaders, changed days, changed times, okay? We are found in Facebook, the mobile app, the website, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Meeting Leader Support is working their fastest and hardest to update business cards, update all this stuff, okay, your Be Our Guest cards, et cetera. But we want to make sure that you are on your Facebook, that you are on your page on our website and making sure that everything's correct. And send us an email to support@networkingtoday.com if it's not correct. And we will make sure to work to get it corrected. We've had a lot of growing pains. We got a lot of things we're going through, but I promise you it is our heart and our passion to make sure that everything is right for your meeting. Speaking of that, I know all of you have visitor host cards, okay? The visitor host cards, which are the 11-inch by 4.5-inch wide ones, those are the ones that you should be handing out to visitors that come and visit your meeting. These are not ones that you just want to hand out at random because they cost a hell of a lot of money, okay, compared to the Be Our Guest cards. The Be Our Guest cards are the business card size one. The Be Our Guest cards are the ones you want everybody handing out just, you know, just like crazy. They cost 10% of what it costs to do the visitor host cards. But here's the thing, people. They're all going to need to be updated. So my hope is over in St. Louis, down in Springfield, Nashville, where we've got many, many meetings, here in Knoxville, et cetera. I'll be drop shipping to one meeting leader in the area, and not in any given order. Doesn't really matter who gets it, okay? But like Tara maybe, or Anna in St. Louis, probably Missy Martin in Springfield, Marianne Police probably in Nashville, me here in Knoxville, then Jeremy Reed probably up in the Ohio area, or maybe Jason or Heather Dean, doesn't matter. But we're going to send like 1,000, 2,000 visitor host cards to you. And then if you guys will just share 100 or 200 with everybody, that would be awesome, okay? That saves us on a lot of shipping, a lot of print cost, and I mean, literally saves Networking Day hundreds of dollars. So please work when we get the new literature out to you that you work hard to distribute that to the other leaders in your area, just as, I don't know, just as a good thing to be doing as a fellow NTI brother or sister, okay? That's what I'm hoping you'll do. But new literature is coming. Some of you are waiting on new Be Our Guest cards. We will get them to you. I promise. We'll get. I have them to order for my own meeting. And if you out there that don't believe me, call anybody in my meeting. My meeting, I've had a new meeting location now, and Dan Odette can confer this. I've had a new meeting location now for about, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks, and my cards still are from the previous place. So you know what I tell everybody? Hey, don't sweat the small stuff. Just put a little line through it. Tell people we're now meeting at this location. So, not a huge deal. But if people want to make a mountain out of a molehill, they'll do it. But just try to let people know, don't make it a big deal. We'll get them ordered. I promise. I promise you we'll get them ordered. All right. That being said, guys, I'm going to unmute the lines, see if anybody has any questions. But so glad all of you came. I'll see you again in 2 weeks. And so glad to have everybody here. Okay, everybody should be unmuted. Well, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continue to leave it muted all. And if everybody has the right to unmute your own lines, don't all talk at once. But if somebody has a comment, question, whatever, feel free to unmute your own line and go ahead and we'll try to keep this, you know, organized. Who's up? Anybody? Jason Dean, you got something?
Hey, Rich. I'm just happy to be on the call, and I'm excited about all the changes and everything coming up.
Right on, right on. Heather, if you're there, so glad that you are there. You're a rock star. You know you are.
Hi, Rich. Sorry, I'm driving. But yes.
That's okay.
Excited.
I can tell who's a lot like me on this call, because Brooke is driving and so are you, Heather. So we here, okay? I drive in Zoom, drive in Facebook Live. It doesn't matter, okay? That's how we roll.
Yes.
Multitasking. Any other questions, comments, anything anybody wants to add? Oh, so Anna Alt just asked, can I not hear you? No, I'm sorry. Hang on just a second, though, and let me. Anna Alt, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. I'm new to Zoom. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay, can you? So everybody can hear me, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My question, Lori Kehoe with Habitat for Humanity. I did tell her that there will be a 50% membership for charities, and she needs, and I'm sure this is going to be across the board, she needs something from you or from corporate that she can give to her boss to put into the finance department.
Absolutely no problem at all, Anna. Thanks for bringing that up. We can send an invoice to any company. Just so everybody knows, Anna, thank you for bringing this up. This opens up a little bit of a Pandora's box I want to make sure to share with everybody. So some people have wondered, can any company send a check? They can, but we only want annual corporate membership. So if a charity is going to do a check, then it's got to be for annual or annual corporate as well. But we can send an invoice from accounting to any corporation whatsoever. Okay.
Perfect. So will you put that in your to-do list for me, please?
Yes, ma'am. I will do that right away. Tell me again, though. Hang on a second. I'm gonna make myself a note. Her name, and I'll make sure and get that out to her. What's her name again?
Lori Kehoe, and it's Habitat for Humanity St. Charles.
Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm glad that Anna brought this up. Thank you, Anna, because here's another thing. Some of you may or may not remember that we used to have a 6-month basically sponsorship, okay, where what we did was we called it a scholarship. But what we did was if there was a charity or there was a company that honestly and genuinely could not afford $300 a year or the $30 a month, then we gave them 6 months of Networking Today for free. Now, we don't want to abuse this. We used to have an app and everything that we would ask people to fill out. Let me just say, okay, with this new price increase and everything else that we're going through, even with charities, guys, we have over 90 charities that belong to Networking Today, okay? That's a lot of charitable organizations. Many of them are BNI members. Many of them pay chamber dues. Many of them, are happy to get Networking Today for free, but they also would be equally happy to pay $150 for it. But if you have a charity, okay, I'm thinking of one right now, Transfiguring Adoption down in Florida, okay? Faithful members, faithful supporters of everything we do here at Networking Today. They don't have the money. They are literally struggling just to put food on their table for their family. The heartbeat of Networking Today is not to hurt any small business or any charity. That has never been our heart. It never will be our heart. So if you know of someone like that, I want you to pull them aside. I want you to say to them, hey, let me ask you, is this going to crush you? Would 6 months free help you raise enough money here at Networking Today for you to be able to afford it? Is there something I can do as a spaghetti freaking fundraiser or a barbecue fundraiser or a Papa John's fundraiser that I can do to generate $150 to help you? Is there something we, the members of our chapter can do to help you afford the $150, okay, for an annual membership? Let's just keep our heart, in mind here. I'm not trying to be sappy. I hope you guys see that I'm not. It's about supporting our community, and so so that will remain our heartbeat. So again, if they need an invoice, no problem. Take care of it. If it's a problem, I want to know about it, and we want to help them. Okay. Thanks for bringing that up, Anna. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Blah, blah, blah.
I will say that the $30 has gone over much better. I think that was wise on your part and corporate's part. I think everything's going to be pretty much status quo now.
Very good. And ladies and gentlemen, on today's call, those of you that are out there, listen, Anna Alt and several members of her group provided a tremendous amount of very good feedback, along with others. Definitely there were others. But I want to throw out a very special shout out to Anna. Anna has been one of those meeting leaders that has always been very transparent and honest and open with me. And Anna, the feedback that you and your members gave to Networking Today really helped frame that. And I appreciate that so very much. Along with the others out there that have shared Networking Today. I always say this, Networking Today would not be what it is without our members, without our meeting leaders, which in turn leads to our members. So I love you guys. And I thank each one of you guys for your feedback, your support, your help in growing this organization to what it needs to stay, what it will become, what it will be, etc. So thank you, Anna.
One more thing. I'm sorry. I meant to say this. The information that you provided today, can I suggest that you put in a written form and send out to meeting leaders? I know that it's recorded and you can listen to it, but it might be beneficial to have in written form as well.
Do you mean about the charities, the whole thing, or?
Just anything that you brought up today. I think it would be nice to have just a recap of what was said today.
All right, very good. And by the way, everyone, here's another thing I'm going to give Anna credit for on today's call. She suggested that, Richie boy here do a newsletter. So we've always used FanZoom in the past, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to use a MailChimp, or we're going to use a platform like that and come up with an actual NT9 newsletter. And I want you guys as meeting leaders to participate in that newsletter. I would like to have a meeting leader corner or a meeting leader spot where we put a small article in there from our meeting leaders across the country. So on top of everything else that is being developed and worked on and everything else, that newsletter is another thing that we're going to be rolling out. And I hope that you meeting leaders get involved in that. Okay, anything else? Any other comments, questions, anything like that? Okay, guys, thank you very much. Listen, this was a less than 35-minute call. It just does not get any better. When you can take an hour-long call and do it in 35 minutes, come on, baby. That's how we roll. Listen, thanks to each and every one of you. I love you guys and wish you a fabulous couple of weeks. Let me know absolutely if there's absolutely anything I can do for you. God bless you all. See you now.